I low-key hated it. No one was interested in it. It's just not for me. On my shelf for about 5 years now. Haven't read it yet. Don't plan to. Got no interest in reading this. I just don't want to. Hey guys, it's Jodie and welcome to a new video. I am sorry if my ring light is reflecting on my glasses. But yeah, today I have a bit of a different video to usual, and basically I have been talking about this like big news and like a big life update in my videos for months now, and this was something I had hoped to share with you guys quite a while ago, but things got delayed and I didn't want to say anything in case it didn't happen because that would have been really awkward. But yeah, basically I just have really bad luck, and if anything can go wrong it does, but fortunately no, it's gone right. So the thing I've been talking about in my videos for months and I've been talking about on my Patreon is that me and Jamie have just bought our first house. So yes, we finally have our own place and we should be moving in a few days time, and I'm just so excited because this house is going to enable us to just have so many more like options. So like I'll be able to film a lot more and like have more space to film and create more content, and I have so many exciting videos planned, and I'm just so excited for this like next chapter and to be able to share it on my channel, and I hope you guys will enjoy seeing all the content that is going to come from it. But yes, we bought our first house and it still hasn't quite sunk in yet, and I don't think it will until I've got the keys, but I will be doing an empty house tour I think, and that will be going up on my Patreon. And I also do have some homeware haul videos on my Patreon and a Halloween autumnal spooky decor video which will also be going up on there. But I will be doing a moving vlog series on my YouTube. Everything else will be on my Patreon. So yes, I'm very excited to just share everything. But basically I just wanted to come on and announce this, and then I will show you guys the video I filmed a few days ago. So I actually filmed a unhaul video, which is my first ever unhaul. I've never ever done an unhaul before. I never part with my books. I am a hoarder when it comes to books. I really just struggle to part with them, and I rarely do. So I have gotten rid of just a few books, but I haven't packed up my main 4 shelves. As you guys can see behind me, I've only gone through all the additional books that I had. So yeah, I may unhaul some more things off these shelves, but I doubt it, just because these are like mostly books that I love and want on display. So yeah, I doubt I will unhaul anything else, but I guess maybe in a moving vlog where I am packing up my bookshelves, I will tell you guys if I do unhaul anything else. But basically I unhauled a few books and I filmed a video of it, so I thought I'd just come off this and give this a little intro, explain what the big life update is, and then you guys can watch my book unhaul. So yeah, I'm just so excited. I don't even know what to say. Okay, I'm gonna let you guys watch the book unhaul now. Hi guys, it's Jodie and welcome to a new video. So today I'm gonna be doing my first ever book unhaul video, and I'm actually kind of scared because I never get rid of books. Like I very rarely ever get rid of them unless it's like a duplicate copy or something like that. I literally never part with my books. So yeah, this is kind of breaking my heart to do as well. But basically by the time this video goes up, I should have already announced that I have bought my first house, which is just so surreal and so amazing, and I honestly couldn't do it without you guys as well. And I'm just, yeah, I'm so happy. So yeah, me and Jamie bought our first house, and obviously I have been in the process of boxing some books up. So I do still have my 4 bookcases behind me which are full, and I'm not going to be packing these up until the very last minute, which also means that there may be books mixed in amongst here that I may also unhaul, but obviously you guys aren't going to see that. But I wanted to film this now because I kind of need to get rid of these books here. So I do have a big box of books, and I've already boxed up about 12 boxes of books so far that I'm moving to the house. So yeah, that's kind of bad, and they're just like books that aren't on my main shelf. So yeah, really bad. But anyway, if you'd like to see all the books that I am unhauling, then please keep watching this video. So I'm gonna get straight into it. So pretty much most of these books I haven't read, and that is why I'm getting rid of them, because I've had them for a long time and I just don't plan to read them. So I want to rehome them. So I have already gotten rid of a couple of books, but these are the ones that I still have left. So I have this huge box here filled with books. So yeah, it's a, I just got choked by the box. Yeah, I have this absolutely ginormous box here. So let's get straight into it. Okay, so the first book I have here is Aurora Rising by Amy Kaufman and Jay Kristoff. So yes, I'm getting rid of this book. I bought this last year before I read Illuminate with the intention of picking this up because so many people have talked about it and it's very, very popular. I read Illuminate last year and I did not like that book. I am sorry because I know it's a lot of people's favourite, but I low-key hated it. Like, I really did not enjoy that book. I gave it 2 stars and even then I think I was being generous. I struggled to get through that book. I ended up unhauling the whole series because I did own the whole series, but after the first book and trying to get into the second one and not being able to do it, I just cut my losses and I got rid of them, and sadly that has now turned me away from reading this. One of the issues is I just think sci-fi maybe generally isn't particularly my genre, and also I just didn't really enjoy it. And I know this isn't, you know, the same as Illuminate, but I do think it will have similarities and this whole like spacey vibe. I don't know, like I just didn't like Illuminate and it's made me not want to read this, so I am unhauling this, and yeah, that's that. Also, I'm not going to go into what all the books are about because this is an unhaul video, so there's just no point. But yeah, anyway, moving on. Okay, so next we have this random proof. This was sent to me unsolicited. I didn't request this or anything, and it's just not my type of read. I've tried to rehome it. I've tried to see if any family or friends want to read it, or any of my colleagues at the bookshops want to read it. No one was interested in it, so sadly I am going to be giving this away. So this is While Paris Slept by Ruth Druart, and yeah, I don't know a lot about it. It just says that it's a desperate act of sacrifice binds 2 strangers before one is taken away, but after the war, when their paths cross again, they will face the greatest test of all. So I think this is set during World War II or after World War II. Yeah, it's just not my thing. I don't really like war books anyway. Anything that's centered around World War I or II, it's just not my thing. I just don't like to read it. So yeah, I will be giving this away, and that is that. Then next is this middle grade here called The Highland Falcon Thief. I picked this up a while ago because it was the Waterstones Children's Book of the Month and I was going to read it, and I never got around to reading it, and it's not something I was particularly interested in. I just wanted to read it because it was our book of the month, so I could better recommend it. But like I said, I didn't get around to it, and I just don't think I will ever get to this one. I think it's all set on a train as well. Kind of gives me Polar Express vibes, even though it's not a Christmas book. But I heard really, really good things about this middle grade, so I believe a lot of people would enjoy it. But I'm probably going to give this to like my cousin or something because it's just not for me. Then next is just a duplicate copy. So this is a thriller, and this is The Woman in the Window by AJ Finn. I actually own this in hardback. Don't know how I ended up with the paperback as well. So again, just gonna give this away because it's a duplicate. I have heard really good things about this though, and I know there's a movie, so I do plan to read the actual book soon, and I'm pretty sure my nan read this and absolutely loved it. So yeah, I am excited to read this because I've heard really, really good things. It's like a psychological thriller, like a murder mystery story, so I think it's perfect for fans of Girl on Train, is it called? Paula Hawkins. I really enjoy Paula Hawkins books myself, so I think I will enjoy this one when I do get to it, but I just don't need a paperback. Then next is another proof that I got sent randomly that I just won't ever read. It's been on my shelf for like 2-3 years now, and that is The Universe is Expanding and So Am I by Carolyn Mackler. Honestly, don't really know what it's about. It says it's a long awaited sequel, I don't know. But yeah, I'm just not into this. I just won't ever read it, so I'm just gonna get rid of it. Then next we have this one, which is Carrie Fisher, Postcard from the Edge. I think this is actually a novel that she's wrote, but I'm just never going to read it, realistically. It's been on my shelf for about 5 years now. Haven't read it yet. Don't plan to. Gonna get rid of it. So next we have Maggie Stiefvaters' Call Down the Hawk, and this is the first book in the Dreamer trilogy. So this is a spin-off of the Raven cycle, and I think this follows, was it Ronan or something? I think his name's like Ronan. He's like a dream walker. When I read the Raven cycle books at the time, I really enjoyed them, but now it's just not really my thing anymore, and I've kind of outgrown them. And I bought this when I was in New York a couple of years ago and had the intention of reading it then, but since I've changed my mind, I just don't think I ever want to read this series. I'm not really too interested in Ronan's character anyway. I think his name's Ronan Lynch or something. But yeah, I'm just not interested in reading anything related to this series or this character anymore, so I am going to unhaul this one. Then next we have A Game of Thrones by George R.R. Martin. So I actually own the entire set of this books in a different cover edition, so this was just a duplicate copy which I don't need. However, I am actually unhauling the entire set of Game of Thrones because I tried to listen to the audiobook for the first book about a year ago and I was far too confused very quickly, and I just think it's going to be one of those books that I'm just never going to wrap my head around. And it's one of those rare cases where I do think, for me personally, I will always enjoy the TV show more than I would the book. So I'm not even going to try because it would just take me too long, I'd get too confused, and it would probably make me not enjoy the story that I've learned from the show. So I've decided I'm going to unhaul the entire series and get rid of it because I'm just never going to read it realistically. So yeah, this is a duplicate copy, but I will be getting rid of my full set as well. Then next is a random one I bought in a charity shop, which is the Almanac, A Seasonal Guide to 2021, and I don't even know why I bought this, but I've not looked through it once. It was only £1 in a charity shop, but yeah, I've never even looked through it. The year will be over soon, I don't need it. Okay, so next we have We Are Blood and Thunder by Cassia Lupo, and I only bought this because I was going to a literary festival, and this was just before COVID and it got cancelled. I never went, and I wasn't even too keen on this book, to be honest. Anyway, this is kind of just about like sisterhood, and I think there's two different girls and they're fated, their paths are like supposed to align. This might be really good, but honestly I just feel like I've got no interest in reading this. I just don't want to. So yeah, I'm going to be getting rid of this one. Then next I have How to Write a Love Story by Katie Cannon, and this is like a YA contemporary romance rom-com story, and I got this for Christmas a few years ago, and at the time I was really excited to read it, but I have found since I've branched into adult romance that I just only certain YA romances I can read now, so this isn't one of them. This is going to be too on the cliche cringy younger side for me, and I just feel like I've outgrown these kinds of stories now, sadly, so I just will never read this, especially when I have so many adult romance books I want to read. So I'm going to be sensible and get rid of it because it's just taking room up on my shelf and I'm never going to read it. Again, another one as well that is a teen romance story, sort of, is 5 Feet Apart. So this is very reminiscent of John Green's kind of stories, I believe, and like The Fault in Our Stars and stuff, and this is a Netflix movie as well. So this is by Rachel Lippincott, and yeah, I'm just never going to read it, and I don't plan to anytime soon. If I want to, I will just watch the movie instead. But again, I feel like I've just kind of outgrown these kinds of stories and I just can't see myself reading this anytime soon. Then we have this Holly Bourne book, which is The Places I've Cried in Public, and I believe this is all about a girl kind of getting over her heartbreak, I think, and trying to get over him. And it does sound like an incredible novel and like one that would be amazing to read, but I've had it since it came out and not had any interest in picking it up, and realistically I just can't see myself picking it up. I feel like this would be good for so many people, and maybe one day in the future I will actually want to read it, but I just don't see it any time in the immediate future, so I'm gonna get rid of it, sadly, and it will find a new home. Okay, so next I'm getting rid of To All the Boys I've Loved Before by Jenny Han. So you guys all know what this book is. I've never read it, and because I've watched the movies now, my thing is when I watch the film first I can rarely ever read the book. It's just not the same to me and it doesn't hit the same, and this is one of them. I just don't think I could read the book now, and I just don't think I would enjoy it as much having seen the movie. I know this is probably a lot better than the movie, but honestly I just have no interest, and again I feel like this is too much of an immature romance for me and I just wouldn't ever read it, so I am going to be getting rid of this. So next I'm getting rid of Almost Midnight by Rainbow Rowell. I can't remember what her name was then. I read this on New Year's a couple of years ago and I actually really enjoyed it. This is actually a bunch of festive stories and some of them actually take place on New Year's, and this was just such a cute, nice read to read around that time. So if you're looking for something short and cute that will make you feel quite fuzzy, then this is a good book to read, but I'm just never going to read it again, so I am just going to get rid of it. Next we have A Rebel of the Sands by Alwyn Hamilton, and this is one I've had on my shelf for years. I just don't have any interest in reading it. If I was going to read it I would have by now, and yeah, I just don't think I will, so I'm going to get rid of it, sadly. I know this is a few people's favourites and people say that it's kind of underrated, and I know it's got like romance in it as well, but I just don't think I will get to it anytime soon, and I just don't really have much interest in reading it either. Then next we have Maggie Stiefvaters or The Crooked Saint. This is another one that I just feel like I've outgrown. I don't know, I just don't have any interest in reading it. I don't even know why I bought this, probably because it was £2.99 when I did. Been on my shelf for a long time, haven't read it, don't plan to, so I'm just going to unhaul it. Okay, so then we have Viper by Bex Hogan. This is another one I bought because of the literary festival, and I just never picked it up, never planned to pick it up, and just never will. I'm just not interested in it anymore, and I'm going to get rid of it. There's no other reason. Just don't see myself reading it anytime soon. Then I have this other arc that I was sent that I'm just never going to read, and that is Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, and this is an LGBTQ plus book, and it is a utterly joyful queer reimagining of Greece. I'm not into musicals or anything like that, which is the main reason I'm just not going to read this. I'm just not into any of that stuff. And yeah, I've had this for so long, I got sent it unsolicited, I'm just not going to read it. So I would rather it go to someone who will actually read and enjoy the story. So yes, this one is sadly being unhauled as well. I just noticed how light my face is in this. What the hell? I hope my face wasn't that white for the whole of this. Okay, so this is the last book. So as I said earlier, I'm getting rid of all my George R. Martin books, and I'm also going to be getting rid of this one, which is I think a spin-off or a prequel of Game of Thrones. So yeah, it says it's set 300 years before, and this is Fire and Blood, a history of the Targaryen kings from Aegon the Conqueror to Aegon the Third. And yeah, I'm not going to read those books, so I won't be reading this one, so this will be getting unhauled as well. Yes, that is my unhaul for now. Like I said, will probably unhaul a lot of other books near the time of moving out, but for now I need to get rid of these, and I wanted to film this first. So yeah, like I said, I haven't actually read any of these books, I don't think, and they're just books I just don't see myself reading anytime soon, which is the main reason I'm just getting rid of them. And I'm just trying to get rid of as much as possible, even though it breaks my heart to do so. And in the back of my head I'm like, what if, just what if you decide you want to read this in like a year's time and you wish you hadn't gotten rid of it, because that has happened to me in the past. But at the same time, I'm just thinking it's a box less of books that I have to try and transport to the new house. So yes, that is my unhaul for now. I hope that you guys did enjoy this video. Let me know if you have read any of these books in the comments and what your thoughts were on them. I'd love to chat to you guys about it. And also let me know if you're someone who actually does unhauls or you do them regularly, because maybe it's something I need to start doing. Maybe I definitely just need to start getting rid of books more regularly, because I don't. I am an absolute book hoarder. Like, I just keep them and I'm obsessed with them and I never want to let go of them. So yeah, let me know in the comments if that's something that you do. And don't forget to check the description box for all the links to my social medias and to my Patreon, where there is extra content. There is also going to be extra content regarding my new house and all of that stuff, and just lots of behind the scenes stuff, reading vlogs, life updates, live shows, a Discord, and a monthly buddy read. Just all of it is on my Patreon. I would love to have you guys join me there if you would like to. But for now, if you could give this video a big thumbs up, leave a heart emoji in the comments, and subscribe if you would like to. I would love to have you here. But yes, I hope you're all safe and well. Hope you're reading lots of good books, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye!